Yeah, my mom is first time really not having anybody for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to go and spend some time with her. It makes me feel weird because I used to make fun of this dude, man. This guy named David. I used to work with David at my first animation job.
Yeah.
Now, forgive me, people, if you've heard this before. I'm not going to tell the whole story. But as I said, David and I, we were the fuck ups in the studio. I mean, no doubt we would because they would put us together to go
the
do
Heckle and Jekyll.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they like me because I
world.
think I was too much of a smart ass and probably not talented enough to back up all the shit I was talking.
Right.
And David was just a fuck up. David was, and the reason why David
I like him already.
Yeah, no, David, man, David was straight up comedy. I mean, David was on point with just the nerdiest things you could say. David
He had his HBO special on every day.
Man, every day was comedy, man.
Comedy
with David,
hour.
David would because David would come up and say things to people, and not know what he was saying was bad. was
wrong.
creepy.
Creepy. Okay, there's a difference.
He would come up and ask people things. He would say, "What are you going to get your wife for Valentine's Day?" And people would be like, David, well, I'm going to take her out to dinner and I'm going to buy her some flowers. Why? Well, I just want to know why she get my mom. And people are like, you want to take your mom out for Valentine's Day? He's like, that's my mom. Like, that's why people be like expecting some big answer, like, it's my mom. And people look at him.
Yeah.
Like
he thought, like, what was wrong with you for asking that?
Yeah, because the thing you want to ask is nobody. You just met him, and the thing that comes in your mind next to say to him is like, are you fucking your mom? I mean,
no.
I mean, why do you want to take your mom out? And
because she's my mom, dude.
And he was straight up nerd, man. I mean, he was a stereotypical nerd. He wore, now check this out. He wore a members only jacket.
Yes.
With the Star Trek emblem. Now, when you press the emblem, he pinned it on, and when you pressed it, it would do.
Oh no! Are you serious?
All right, it makes something like
you got it right. Yeah, you got it right.
And so, woo, yeah, woo, Captain. You know, it's always followed by Little Nimoy as Mr. Spock. You always hear that, Captain. That's the only thing they do was Captain. But he would do that. He would come to people's desk and he'd look at him and he thought it was funny. He thought he was being cute. It was just kind of creepy. He'd grin at him and be like, and just walk away. People be like, David, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? And he would come up and ask people things like, how did you meet your wife? And they're like, what? And he's like, I just want to know, how do you meet girls?
Oh, no.
He'd be like, well, David, first of all, you take that members only jacket off with that Star Wars emblem. And he'd be like, now here's the funny part. He made this sound like this was some antique hand-me-down. Because he said, this is my grandfather's jacket.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, why should I be ashamed of wearing this? And you tell him things, he get defensive.
Yeah. He
would do this thing of saying like, how do I meet girls? And you tell him, well, David, first of all, you take those glasses off because he had these. Everything he could do to sabotage himself from looking remotely attractive, he did. You say, David, get some contacts, take those thick ass glasses off, wash your hair, get it styled, lose a little weight maybe, and your wardrobe has got to go. You got a members only jacket on with a Star Wars emblem, and your shoes. Seriously, his shoes were so worn out that the toes were showing.
A guy like that, you might as well tell his ass to grow some wings and fly to the moon. What the hell? He ain't changing, Korey. He ain't changing for nobody.
He ain't getting nothing.
It's a grown-ass man you're talking to with a members-only jacket and a goddamn Star Trek. What is it, fucking intercom?
Yeah, like,
it was like little intercom. Yeah, when you meet a guy like that, there's no turning back. He is devoted to the cause of nerdom.
I think I talk about David now because David's grown up a little bit. David has actually made a name for himself on the internet by drawing Misty the Mouse.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, but damn.
Misty the Mouse. This is what really used to freak people out about David.
Uh-oh.
David would draw Misty, right? And he would always he had a thing for breast. He loved big-breasted, chubby women. And he was in conflict because he was super religious. So his sexual urges would come out in really weird ways. So he would always draw this character Misty, but he would always draw in a bikini, almost about to bust out of the top, just barely busting out.
Oh no!
Like his nuts were about to do in his pants. But when he would draw these, he would go and show people like, what do you think about my character? And people look at this and the guy. Oh, here's the deal.
You know what?
You know,
I've heard the legend of this guy. Yeah.
You know.
Oh no,
David, boy, you know me. When you might not know Dave, but when you hear Misty,
yeah, okay.
Now Misty was. I admit, Misty was the fine ass mouse. I mean, even I looked at that mouse and got a hard on every now and then.
Now, was this guy into furries?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That you know what? It's funny because a friend of ours, I heard about this guy through him, and that's the first. When he was telling me about him, he was like, "This guy, he's kind of like into these things called furries." And I was like, "Furries? What the hell is that?" And basically, well, for the kids out there, furries are they're like cartoon animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like Warner Brother type. Like I always think about what was the where they had Donald Duck but he was green. What the hell was that animated show called?
Duck Dodgers.
No, not Duck Dodgers. Remember the time of Animaniacs?
You're thinking about Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons, yeah. Whenever I saw pictures of those, because he was like, this is what furries are. They look like grown up cartoon characters, but with like the chicks had like huge breasts.
Well, furries. Okay, to get it right. I mean, seriously,
I don't really know
because I used to think it was only one aspect of it. Furries can people have who are classified in furries or as furries. Mm-hmm. Furries can encompass anything from people who love the images, the talking cartoon image. I mean, or the talking cartoon character. It could be very innocent, like you say, like Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny. They like they like the talking animal genre of cartoon.
Right,
is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Then it can go anywhere from that to people who like to draw serious stories but use anthropomorphic animal characters, and that could be anywhere from the wacky looking cartoon characters that like Looney Tunes and Disney and all that, to people who actually draw characters who look like human beings except with animal heads. Right. Like they have human bodies.
Yeah. I always think of Tiny Toons because when he showed me those pictures, you almost saw like the same color schemes as those Tiny Toon characters, except they were like grown versions. Yeah. Like a green duck. With big breasts.
They were the kid versions of Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
But it gets crazier than that.
Yeah.
Now, you got those people who... Now, from there on, it's innocent.
Yeah.
Because I actually used to do cartooning with some people who would write, like, soap opera type stories, and all the characters would be human beings pretty much with animal heads.
Yeah.
But then it gets crazier than that, man. Yeah. Now, this is where it crosses over into pervertedness. Uh-huh. It can go as far as people who love to draw perverted things.
Right.
You get these people on the internet who love for people to draw Disney characters and Simpsons, and it could be anywhere from kids TV cartoon show characters to adult cartoon show characters having sex.
Okay, well, all right, but that's considered furries.
That's considered to be a part of the furry staple too.
Okay.
So if let's say I was some perverted
guy,
that
was just some
I might find
shit.
somebody. I might find somebody who's actually online. I might say, hey, look, I'll really get off on Jasmine from Aladdin having sex with a tiger, and I want you to draw that for me.
Yeah,
or I might say
cartoon bestiality.
Okay. When I said but obviously it doesn't. I mean, you get people who like want to see the Simpsons having sex with each other and stuff like that. Right. That's kind of a fallout from the furry stuff because you get a lot of people who love seeing animals have sex with each other. Yeah, right. It just evolved went on into something else like that. But there was I worked with a girl named Cindy who even showed me because she would draw this stuff for people. I'm not lying to you. I think you know my friend Cindy.
No, I know her.
Okay, she used to draw. Stuff like that for people sometimes.
Really?
And she showed me when I was working with
people would ask for that.
People would. They would ask. They would ask.
And they were fine asking. And she's a chick. I mean, they'd say, hey, Cindy, you mind drawing me?
They would pay her.
Yeah.
if what I understand now,
Donald Duck screwing Daffy Duck,
something like that. Now I don't want to say that. I'm
not
sure.
I mean, we shouldn't even be bringing up names.
No, I didn't say her last name or anything. But I'm just saying. She used. I think she told me she used to draw this for people. She'd be like, "Hey, look, I'm not into it. I'm just drawing it for people because of the question they paid me for it." But she showed me one of her fans, and I said, "Cindy, I'm not comfortable with this. I am uncomfortable for you."
Right.
She showed me this guy, and she said it was real.
Yeah.
It was a guy who was in a wheelchair. This is a guy who obviously is. I feel bad because he's not. He's going to have an extremely hard time finding a human being as at least a female human being. And I'm not saying it's impossible.
Okay.
But I don't know. Somewhere in his mind, he got into it that I like horses better than people.
Okay.
And he had a pony that he said was his mate.
A real pony.
A real pony.
Okay. I'm getting scared now.
It was a real pony. Now it gets worse.
Oh shit.
He sent her pictures. Now the pictures weren't graphic.
Right.
Kinda.
What?
There was he took a picture of this pony. People, you're gonna think I'm lying to you. I swear on my mother, man. She showed me a picture of this pony wearing panties.
Oh boy.
It was like panties. I don't know where it must have been for some obese woman, or maybe they
supersized.
Or maybe they were made specifically for this kind of thing. I'm not sure, but that horse was wearing panties with a hole for the tail to come out of.
Oh, fuck.
And he took a picture of it, and then he took another picture of him making out with the horse, kind of kissing it or tonguing it in a way or something, which I think would be dangerous because the horse can bite your lips off.
A horse would fucking crack your head open with a hoof.
Yeah. So that's as far as I'll go with that.
What? Okay.
I don't know.
So he basically gave her these pictures to draw them or something?
I think he was a big fan of hers, and he says, "Here's my wife," or "Here's my girlfriend."
So draw her.
No, not draw. It was just
he just showed it.
Yeah, I wanted to send you pictures of my companion, my wife, my girlfriend, whatever.
That whole animated world is so corrupted and sick, Korey.
Okay, so going back to David. Now, David.
David just drew. That was his character, right?
It was his character. Now, David kind of sometimes crossed over to the perverted side. Now, he didn't. Now, David wasn't into animal sex or anything like that.
Right.
I think David was just so horny that this is the only way, and so confused about how to go about sex because he was afraid Jesus was going to show up and slap the shit out of him. So he would draw this mouse. Now, he would always, like I said, he always show you this mouse in sexy clothing. But every now and then he could not help himself. He would have to show you his dirty pictures. And he would do it in this weird way where he'd act like he was drawing. Like I remember him and I, like I was driving one day because I think we were going somewhere.
Yeah.
Because, it was the Dave and Korey show all the time, me and Dave. And so Dave was sitting up there with his fold open. He was acting like he was drawing. Right. I knew he really wasn't drawing because we're driving. Anybody tries to draw in a car who can draw knows it's hard to do in a car.
Obviously.
So I look over and he sees me looking. And he shuts his fold like, I'm like, David, open. Give it to me, man. I said,
you probably regret that. That request for the rest of your life. No.
And I kind of looked at it and I was like, and I'm driving, so I pull into like a 7-Eleven parking lot or something.
You pull over to look at this shit?
Let me show you because the reason why I looked at this and I was like, holy shit. I said, because he didn't want to show me at first. I said, David, I said, show me that. And David was like, oh, no, it's nothing. And I'm like, David, you wanted me to see that. Quit bullshitting with me. I'm not gonna baby like you like these other people. Right? All right? You and I together all the time. I know you.
Right.
Give me the fucking picture. So
Jesus.
He gives me the picture, and I look at it like, skirt. I pull over. I just like I'm gonna look at this shit. I say, wait, hold on, because we had to pull over anyway. I was like, man, I said, put that up till we get over here. And I look. I said, all right, pull it out again. I look at it, and it's his character Misty having I mean, the nastiest sex. with this squirrel character or something like that.
Oh no!
This male squirrel character.
Squirrel on squirrel sex.
There was mouse on squirrel sex.
No.
It was interspecies relationships. And I tell David, I say, David, man,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I was like, David, I was like, dude, man, you act like every time we talk about sex and all this kind of stuff when we talking about this mouse, you like, well, she's wearing clothes. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't do that. And I was like, and now you show me this nasty shit right here. I was like, man, don't you leave a little eye?
Can't you draw something cool like Spider-Man shooting his webs? No, not like that. You sick son of a bitch. What is wrong with you?
Now, here's the punchline.
Oh, God.
No, wait, stop drawing.
No, those webs aren't supposed to come from there.
No, here's the kicker, man. Here's the punchline to the whole thing.
The kappa.
Yeah, I look at it and I was like, man, this is crazy, Dave. And he looks at it and he's like, oh, wait a minute, you're right. And he takes it and he draws a little something on there. I'm like, what'd you just do? He's like, oh, I drew a wedding ring on them. See, they were having premarital sex, but it's okay now. I was like, what?
Are you serious? He did that? He drew a goddamn wedding ring on a goddamn squirrel?
Yes, on a picture of a squirrel.
Having sex.
Yeah.
Having anal antics.
Man, it was nastier than that.
What?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it because I don't need.
No,
I mean, I'll tell you when it's done.
Yeah.
But it was, man, oh man.
What did you actually stop and just think like I hang out with this guy.
We had a talk. I just said, Dave. I said, man, I don't know if anybody's ever talked to you about this.
Which no,
but which means
no.
Yeah. But I said, look, man, I know what's going on. I was like, you worried about sex. I mean, you got it on your mind all the time. You're a virgin. You don't know. You don't know how to express yourself. I mean, you're probably scared to go home and masturbate.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's coming out in your pictures here, and no pun intended there.
Yeah.
So I said, it's okay, man. I like it. I said, you need to learn how to embrace your sexuality instead of like having to come out and weird shit like this right here. You know,
the first thing I would have told that guy is like, all right, wherever we're going, we're not going there anymore. We're going to your fucking parents' house right now. What? All right, where do they live? Drive his ass to his parents' house, kick down that door with his goddamn little pamphlet, his tablet of sick creations, and I would throw that in the face of his parents and go, "Look what you've done! Look what you've done!
you fucked this boy up."
No, fuck no!
I know. Tell his dad, you're a nice guy.
Yeah,
you're a nice guy. But that doesn't cut it when your kid is drawing fucking mice and squirrels having fucking nasty sex.
No! Look what your God has done. he's drawing squirrels.
There's
fucking
your
each
God.
other, and on top of that, he throws a goddamn ring on the finger. What the hell? What kind of crazy? I'm in a madhouse.
A madhouse. Man, boy.
What don't you fucking understand? Holy shit.
Man,
Woo,
my
what a
God,
story, Corey. I don't know how we got from talking robots to squirrel sex.
Put on a squirrel costume. Bring in your sister and have her dress like a mouse.
You're missing something, David, from your drawing. You are missing the wedding ring. Come on. Squirrels don't do that without being married. Something else I have to teach your fat ass.
When you draw animals having sex like this, God hates you.
Yeah.
You are destined for hell.
Yeah, time for exercise, fat boy.
The only way to save yourself is to touch yourself.
Take off that goddamn members-only shirt.
and take off that stupid-ass jacket.
What don't you fucking understand?
You might as well chop your dick off.
All right, enough of that. Woo!
Yes or no?
That is some crazy shit.
Man,
oh my God. I remember that guy.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. So you know.
Oh, yeah, no.
Hey, man, straight up. You know I'm not lying.
No,
I'm not joking
because
now.
thanks to that guy, I realized what the hell furries, what that term means and what it was at the time, and I was just like, wow, that is some crazy shit.
No, man.
People get aroused by this, eh?
No, man. I mean, a lot of people listen to this and they say, "Hey, you guys are just making up a lot of shit just to make a creative story." No, hey,
it's
look,
out there. Yeah,
people. We've all seen some crazy.
I mean,
shit.
if you're on this side, God knows you may have run into that shit at some point.
You probably are this person.
You probably are
Hey,
drawing
and
those
God
goddamn
bless you.
pictures.
You know,
Hey, you
let me tell you
at times
something.
are tough.
Dave, he channeled that. I think he's an internet celebrity.
Oh,
I
no
think
shit.
Misty the Mouse has become popular with a lot of furries.
Oh wow!
Online.
Well, I hope we don't get sued by telling this story.
I said no last names, but I did say the characters. I mean, you can put two together and know. But I mean, look, Dave is a good guy. Him and I. Okay, people going like you became close with that guy, but David, really, he was genuine.
Yeah. No, I remember you actually talking about him, and you were trying to help him, Corey. That's exactly.
Well, man,
you were trying to help him through the ins and outs of life.
I was trying to get him, man, and he got kind of there. I mean, he just needed somebody to just say, Dave, this is fucked up, or Dave, you got to do this. Dave, he just needs somebody to talk harsh to him because people walk around and be like, "Oh, Dave."
They laugh at him.
Yeah. They say nice things to his face and be like, "Ah, Dave, I'll talk to you later," and then they laugh. That dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
And it's just kind of like I said, Dave, man, look, you and I got to hang. All right. If I'm gonna hang,
because nobody else around here wants to hang out with me. I bring my robot. Nobody wants to hang out.
It's like the Defiant ones. You know when Sidney Poitier and Tony Curtis were together, were chained together. Him and I were the Defiant ones. It was
right.
So I didn't have no choice but to be around him. I was like, hey, and I liked him.
It's either him or X2.
2XL. Yeah. 2XL. and so I showed Dave the ropes, man. I mean, as much as I could, I just said, Dave, hey, man, this is life. and you fucking up in it. and he came around.
Yeah, hey,
I
good
mean,
for him.
Yeah, no, Dave.
Now he's a celebrity in the internet world.
And look, and for what it's worth, you can talk about all the shit he was doing and say, yeah, it might have been weird or something, but I wish Dave. The only thing that would send Dave back was his personality.
Yeah,
because he was a great artist. I mean, he still is a great artist.
And that's usually how it works, man. I mean, a lot of times the greatest artists are usually
I never told him
the craziest ones, but hey.
there are certain people who do art, and I look at their art and I admire it, and I even will study it a little bit to see what their technique is, if there's certain form or something I can take from it. Right. And this isn't me being nice. I would look at some of his cleaner drawings. I'm not taking pictures home and jerking off to like mice. And
let me borrow this stuff. Let me study it.
Can I? Yes, I'd like to learn your technique. You know, but no,
Korey, did you spill water on here? There's watermarks all over.
Why are my drawings stuck together? But I would look at his stuff, man. I would be like, I could learn from this guy. He actually is a great artist. The only thing keeping him back is that he doesn't have the confidence to apply it to other people's artwork because people put him down a lot.
Right.
And once somebody was honest with him, that's why I say honesty, man, with people.
Honesty is the best policy.
Man, if you want to know why we're like sometimes we make fun of people or we're straight up with people or whatnot. I got made fun of the majority of my life growing up, and I swear to God, it made me, well, probably a shittier person today, but it helped me. It did help me a little bit.
Kick some scent in your head.
It helped me. Now, I'm not going to go out and tease people, but I see where just being brutally honest with people sometimes helps.
Yeah.